I feel I feel no motivation now.
All right, so here's the thing. You're reading too far into the job applications. You're reading too far in. Every time you see a job that says 2 to 3 experience required, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Like you didn't even see it. Pretend like you didn't see it. You didn't hear it. You didn't read it. 2 to 3 experience doesn't exist. Every time you see a bachelor's degree, pretend that you didn't read that line. Every time you see some language that you don't know, but you want to learn it or you're willing to learn it, apply. That's it. That's basically all there is to it. You're letting the requirements of a job scare you like it's like the law, like it's been written, signed, and enforced by the police, and that's not how jobs work. Jobs are literally bartering. People. Hey, buddy. People are so used to going to like the store and just paying what the price, and so you just everything's set in stone, and that's not how it is anymore. With jobs, everything is bartering. It's negotiation. It's just because someone says no, that they don't want to hire you, you can say, well, let's talk about it for a second. It's like people are so used to everything being so set that they would never haggle. You can haggle. You can always haggle with a job. You can always say, well, hold on, wait a minute. What about this? What if I do this? What about if I do this? What about if I do this? And I just think that no one has ever told people that. No one has ever said, if they say no, just say, well, let's talk about it for a second. Can you tell me why? Hold on. Well, let me try to change your mind. It's not illegal to try and change someone's mind. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. We're going to be answering some DMs today. So if you have a question, shoot it to the Instagram DMs. Hit me with a voice message, whatever, and I'll play it for the stream.
Hey Josh, I'm a big fan of your channel, and I was wondering, I'm a high school senior looking at applying to colleges in many different places. Looking primarily at the States and the Netherlands and the UK. I was wondering, do you think it's worth going to college in the States, or should I just go to the Netherlands, like my parents want me to, where it's a lot cheaper, but I don't think I'll be as happy there. Also, I'm going in for Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science. Thanks.
All right, so here's the deal. I don't think that you need to go to get a computer science degree at all. I think you should just not listen to your parents in general because it's your life, not their life. The only reason you should listen to your parents is if they are providing something for you, and if you don't do what they say, they take that away, and you need that thing. But generally, always live your life for you first, and don't let your parents control what you do. Okay, so now number 2, the computer science degree might be hit or miss. You're not going to need it. You might need it in the EU, but the EU is coming around. There's more and more places in the EU that aren't requiring degrees anymore. College in the US, you'll get that party experience if you go to a non-sausage party school, but you're going to have a lot of debt. In general, I don't think you need to go. I would just go to I'd try to be self-taught first and get a job, or go to a co-boot camp, and you'll be good to go. Go to the Netherlands, bruh. You don't need a degree to do this. That's the thing. You don't need to spend 4 years to do this.
What's up, Josh? Love the live stream as always, and I loved your previous video on the corporate cringe. That was definitely one of the best ones yet. They're getting better and better every time. So you're past 200,000 subscribers, which is awesome. What's your next goal? 500,000?
500,000
for 2020?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think that seems a little crazy to me. Thank you for the 5. I'll answer your question in 1 second. Thank you for the 5 soul. Gotta go work on the grind, eventually be a 1099. You can negotiate down to a 1099. Like, just see if they offer it. It requires, like, if you want to proposition yourself to be a 1099 to your contractor, just say, hey, this will save you money. I am literally saving you money by offering you to make me a 1099 contractor. I reduce your payroll taxes if you take me off. Just take me off. Give me 1099. That's how you can do it. It costs them money to keep you on payroll. So it's literally saves them money when you're 1099. Hopefully that helps. Eddie, for the question, what's the goal? I don't know. It's just a number. It's weird. It's so weird. It's just a number, but like there's people, and it's just, man, it's weird to think about. I like to think about it as it's 20% of a million people 200,000 people is 20% of a million. So that's just crazy to me. Like, imagine 200,000 people on the road. That's a lot of people. But if you live in Sweden and it's free, is it not worth getting the degree? Yeah, but then you have to live in Sweden for 4 years. Everything in Sweden is really expensive. You have to negotiate. Well, if you want to come back to the United States, people are going to question your degree because they're like, that's not from the USA, and the USA is the greatest nation in the world, and we don't believe in degrees that aren't the USA. Like, that's what you're going to have. That's what I have to deal with. Well, you have a degree from Finland. It must be nothing. And it's just like, can you go check the educational, like, ranking system? Because, like, the US is not, like, Finland's up there within, like, the top 5. Why does everyone outsource to India? Because it's cheaper. It's called global arbitrage. The word you're looking for is global arbitrage. And it's basically just leveraging currency values. It's like Forex trading, right? Leveraging currency values to make money.
Hello, Josh. My name is James, and yeah, just graduated from high school in Canada. I'm right now living in Newark, New Jersey. I have some experience in digital marketing, and I was wondering if it's best to just approach companies directly and say, hey, I'm interested in working for you guys. I provide PPC services, so is it a good idea to approach companies that provide the same service that you can also provide for the agency that they provide to their clients?
So you're going to provide a service to somebody that you think an agency is already doing. Just because someone's already doing it doesn't mean they're doing it to the best of their ability or they're doing it the best in general. You have 2 ideas. Whichever one executes better will win for the most part, unless you're like trying to build a software and then Google's like, oh, look at that. That's neat. We'll just build it ourselves because we have money and we can just do it faster and quicker and we have more resources. But in general, 2 ideas, whoever executes better. How do you ignore job requirements and then they just ignore you? All right, so here's the thing. They ignore you anyways. Or like you definitely don't get any response if you don't reply, right? But yeah, they'll ignore you for the most part. They'll ignore you a lot. But there will be the 3 out of 10 that don't ignore you, right? So those are 3 that you didn't have, you just didn't apply. I'll take it. It's a numbers game. You got to play the numbers game. Yeah, so if you want to know about like open source and how to make your resume and portfolio stand out, like Eddie's got you covered. He'll teach you how to do open source because that's all the jobs are like, can you, open source is extra credit. Dude, he's got you covered.
Hey Josh, I've been unemployed for a little over 4 months now, and I've applied to hundreds of jobs, and I've revised my resume, and yet I really haven't had any callbacks. Do you have any suggestions as to what I should do next?
You can always call them back. That's a big one. You can always follow up with them. Just like, I'd say 3 days after you apply, follow up if you can. Like if you have access to someone's email, I would always, I think like 72 hours. I got this question. What actually do you do? Like, are you a web dev or a programmer? Please explain, please. I used to be. Then I made my own business and quit programming for somebody else, and now I just make meme videos for the internet. Hopefully they're more than meme videos, but definitely do a follow-up call. Yep. You can always call them. It's just like applying online just leaves so much on the table. It's just not direct enough for me. I think that you should dive deeper. You should just call them, walk in, send a letter, like, hey, look at my stuff. Keep up the corporate cringe. Everyone's like, this makes me not want to get a job. And I'm just like, look, nobody wants to do it. But the good jobs are the ones that don't post this. The good jobs are the jobs that are vague in their job description, and you show up to the interview and you're like, holy crap, this is really cool. Like, there's an Xbox over there and people are actually playing it. People are actually just chilling for a minute and not just heads down. Like, I've seen a startup with all these amenities. And literally everyone just has noise canceling headphones, and like you could hear a pin drop in that office. Like, it's supposed to be fun and engaging and like, people are supposed to be chill and like actually go do the things that the startup's offering. But no, it's just like headphones on, you could hear a pin drop. Like everyone's just typing away, and it's like, this isn't what the vibe was. Everyone's got their own office, like with a door that they can close. Everyone, but even then, you don't even have to be there if you don't want to be there. Try some graphics programming. Not everything has to be simple like web dev. Graphics programming? I like hardware programming. Like, that's what I like. Making So there's this thing called the over-justification effect. I've mentioned this a few times now, but basically it means that you're motivated to do something when you're not getting an external reward for it. You are intrinsically motivated. You do something because you want to do it and not because you get a paycheck. And that's how code is for me. As soon as I'm coding some ERP software, some SAP software that I just don't care about, I can't bring myself to care about this. It doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form other than that it gives me a paycheck. My motivation. And that happens a lot with programmers. As soon as you, like, it's fun to learn, it's fun to tinker, it's fun to build these cool little projects that you're building for yourself to prep, and then you get a job and you're making something for somebody else, and it's his dream, you know, and it's not fun. Can't do it.